Hey, Arcturus here. Today we're looking at some Space Marine models from Games Workshop, the Inner Circle Companions for the Dark Angels Army. These are some new 2024 miniatures. You can buy them in their own box, but they were also included in the Inner Circle Task Force, which was the 2024 Christmas Battle Force. There's some very excellent miniatures, and they are quite nice to put together. They are more limited in posing, so I have made all 6 of the poses that you can very easily build out of the box. I'm sure there are some other poses you can make with some kit bashing or adjustments to the model, but that's a lot more involved. And since I only had 6 of them, I thought, well, there's 6 poses, so I'll just make those. So let's start by taking a look. See here, some very nice swords there, with some writing, some skulls there on the hands, some nice hooded helmet. Yeah, some nice hooded helmets there. I think that looks great, especially with the robes of the miniatures you get here. The pistols are something you add on to the model. They do have grooves cut for the pistols, so you do want to add those. They don't just have cloth like they do on some of the models. And we have a nice ornate backpack there with brazier. This one without smoke. Like many of the Dark Angels models, they also have these little heraldic shields. They are very difficult to put on because they are very small. They have a very tiny contact point, and so it makes it very difficult to place them on the miniature. Several of these, 4 of the 6 poses, are two-handed swords. And we'll move on to the next one. And that can be somewhat challenging to attach, but for the Inner Circle Companions, I didn't have that problem. Sometimes with Games Workshop models, having the two-handed weapons makes it a little more challenging. Sometimes having the two-handed weapons makes it a little more challenging, but I didn't find that to be the case. It is a bit more of a challenge because you have to glue 3 points together simultaneously, but generally it's not too difficult. More difficult than a one-handed, of course. Some very nice ornate shoulder pads, and they do have a blank one where you can put your own heraldry if you like. They do have other head options. I just preferred, we'll go with the last one of this. They do have other head options. I just preferred these to the other hood options. The other hood options are just bare faces, whereas these are fully helmeted under the hood. This one has some additional spikes here. I'm not quite sure why, but he does. And you also see he has some spikes here on the shield as well, but not on this side because he has the seals on there. So that last one is the alternate to this one. And if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. That's the alternate pose to this one, as you can see by the same spiked leg plate here. The only difference is the angle of the arms. I believe you could probably swap the arms around pretty easily on some of these, but because you have several of them with two-handed weapons, I think it would be much more difficult to do it, to swap some of those around because of the way the torsos will be. It may not be the case, but I suspect it would be. I like this one very much. I think this one's probably my favorite of them in terms of pose with that sword there. I think you could probably give him the banner as well in that offhand, and then give the one with the banner the brazier here. Very possible. And they do have some alternate smoke pieces here as well. So some very nice models, very detailed. You can take these in squads of 3 up to 6, and you can take 3 squads of them. So I think you can get a maximum of, so on the field, you can get a maximum of 18 of these models on the field. I'm not sure you'd want to do that, but you could. They can be led by Azrael, which is very nice because they natively do not have an invuln. And Azrael does give every other model in his unit an invuln. I do like the way this sword attaches. It has grooves that help it pin in place. It's not just attached to the backpack. It does slide in there pretty well. We also have, with this one, I found it very difficult to get the banner to line up correctly. It was just too heavy. It kept tilting on me, as it was very difficult to put on there. I'll probably attach the arm with the staff together and then glue that to the torso, but leave off this top piece. This top piece actually just attaches very easily to this back section here, and I think that would probably go better. I didn't do that, but I did find it very difficult to get this one positioned properly. Just something to be aware of if you do put them together. So for extra bits, you do get some extra braziers. So here's the extra ones without the smoke. And then you also get some extra swords from the ones you don't build and some extra heads. Most of the heads I have left over, though, are just the unhelmeted faces. They are all hooded. I do wish they gave some extra hooded and helmeted options so that I could use them for other kits, but they do not. So, and then here we have the ones with the extra braziers, and you do, if you build them without the banner, you of course have an extra banner as well. So that's all I have for today. I will catch you next week with another video.